Where's Azazel? Comrade. Azazel?
Прием! Райское море, вам приказано лечь на обратный cargo ship. She's been instructed to stop. Repeat, do not fire!
They've signaled the... The Russians.
They say the comrade lost his mind. The Americans are applauding.
We go, you go. Stop! Azazel? Join us.
What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television, and today we're going to be getting into a comic book review that I thought I did a while ago, but I didn't. And for the sake of being a completionist, even though the X-Men are on to a new story arc, I wanted to finish up Dark X-Men number 5 here. Entitled The Mercy Seat, which is in reference to the Mercy Crown that Madeline Pryor had made, which acts like a Cerebro in some sort of sense and looks for mutants. And that's partially what she was doing in this series with Alex and the rest of the Dark X-Men to try to find mutants and give them safe haven at the Limbo Embassy. But we had seen some Orcus agents find an alternate reality version of her that became the full Goblin Queen and allowed those powers to come into full effect, basically throwing away her conscience, her morals, and her ethics, and allowing that side to win out. And where we're at now, where we pick up in the story, is that that version of Madeline Pryor and Orcus has taken over the Limbo Embassy as our team was out trying to basically find people to help. And when we reach, again, the Limbo Embassy here, I want to, before I get into the story, I guess I should tell you that Steve Fox is the writer, Jonas Scarf is the artist, Frank Martin is the colorist, and Steven Sergavia and Jesus Ebertoff are the cover artists here for this particular issue here. Where we pick up is, again, our team coming back and noticing that Madeline has faint here at her disposal, so to speak, captured. And that's when our teams go head to head. We have I'm just gonna call it some version of Nightcrawler that she corrupted. Nightcrawler has not been getting a break, right? But basically, as our teams are fighting each other, we get a conversation between Madeline and Madeline about how she allowed Orcus to believe that she was on their side because she wanted to approach our version of Madeline and join forces so they can become the most powerful versions of themselves. Here we have the Zero and Wolverine here getting ready to be shot by L. Her and Wolverine have had a history, or this version of Wolverine, Albert, and so, they're using her against them. Here's one of the agents that winds up getting taken out by Azazel, who was once considered Nightcrawler's father, but is now not his father. Basically, we see Emplate and Azazel confronting Emplate, but the Banff Dragon winds up taking out Azazel, and Emplate basically leaves at that point in the battle because he feels like the person who he was indebted to is no longer there, and he has really no ties to the other X-Men there, like Gambit or Alex or anything, so there's really no need for him to stay and fight along their side. So that's pretty much two allies in a way, taken right out the bat. Here we have Madeline calling for enough. She almost takes the Goblin Queen's offer into consideration, but it's really Fate who comes forward and reminds Madeline like who she is and what she's trying to do, and basically reminding her who she used to be. And basically Madeline takes out the Goblin Queen once and for all here. At least this version of the Goblin Queen. And basically as we pick up, we realize that Madeline, everyone goes their own way, right? Fate goes with sinking them. Emplate goes on his own. Azazel's out. Albert and Elle go their own way. We see some other characters that we see the Banff Dragon here stay at the Limbo Embassy. We see Maddie here with Callisto. Emplate on his own. Angel's skull there. And Madeline basically telling Alex that maybe she can help, but not in the way she thought initially, that by doing this team, she realized that she's not the team leader that she thought she was. She's going to leave that for Jean if Jean ever comes back, which we know she most likely will. But it's basically wrapping up that Madeline realizes again that she's her own person. She doesn't need to be like Jean and lead a team of X-Men to that degree. She can still make an effort and a difference by offering sanctuary at the Limbo Embassy. And I think that this series is going to wind up tying into the Dead X-Men series, because it looks like that some of the X-Men who are dead seem to come back to life as usual again and again and again. There used to be a time period where the death would be kept. and a resurrection was once in a while. Now I'd be surprised if they ever keep anyone dead in comic books. You can write such science fiction-y stuff that doesn't really matter, I guess. Multiverse, this, that, the other thing. So death doesn't really matter in the comic books anymore. But I wish they did. I'd find it a little bit more interesting and remind us that there's stakes involved with these heroes. But I digress. As far as a series in an overall consensus, I enjoyed the series. I think that's worth the read. If you like Madeline Pryor, you'll definitely like this because it's very Madeline centric, right? And then to kind of see a new character like Faint come into the X-Men universe, where the first series she was part of, Children of the Atom, seemed like such a lame concept and a trash book. I didn't really even give it a chance. But I'm glad that I was introduced to this character. I think that she has potential. It seems like she becomes whatever it needs to be done to win the day, become whoever she needs to become. In that regard, it seems like that's kind of her power, or part of her power. I like to see her more with Gambit and Rogue, maybe, because her and Gambit seem to had gained connection there. Not like in a romantic sense, just like a mentor, type of relationship. So I'd like to see her again, and I like to see what happens with Alex and Madeline. Being, I think that Alex at this point is a walking zombie. That's my thoughts on this series. You let me know down below what you thought of that series and the Fall of X story in an overall sense. Let me know what you think of the rise of X, the powers of X. No, the rise of the powers of X story that's coming up or has come up. Let me know everything. Let me know everything. And of course, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing all that beautiful YouTube stuff. It really means a lot to us here. Only with you helping us grow can we go straight to the moon, baby. But until next time, peace, nippers.